Guys, Marco here, welcome back to another lesson. Let's talk about the blues. I'm going to show you three different blues. The first one is in E, and we're going to use the E minor pentatonic to write beautiful riffs. I'm going to roll the example and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So the first blues in E played with the riff. Now, one thing that I love about these blues is that it's super simple. We're using the E minor pentatonic. And we're going to start the riff with the note D. Then we have the note E, and then the note G. Now, I want you to memorize these three notes because these are the three notes that we're going to use all the time. Now, we're going to end the riff with different notes depending on which chord we're playing. So for the first chord, I have this slow bending on the note A, bending all the way to the B, so from fret 2 to fret 4. And then I'm gonna play these beautiful double stops. Now this is an element that we find in blues quite a lot. So we play two strings. The first one is an open string on the B string. The second one is the A going to the B with a hammer on, then back to the A, and then both strings open. And then I have this phrase, just like with the minor pentatonic, and I finish with the E. So when I put the whole thing together, and then I play just kind of a complement, just on the low E string, and with the minor pentatonic played on the fret 5, G, now we're moving to the fourth chord, so I'm gonna play the same riff, but end the riff with a different note. So I'm playing the same three notes, but I finish with the A, and then same double stops, with the same rhythmic and musical idea. So the double stops are playing on a different set of strings. We have the note D going to the note E on the B string, with the top E string open. And then the E minor blues pentatonic. So I have 2, 3, 2 open, and I finish with the note E, D, and E. And then I have the same rhythmic idea. Now on the next chord, the chord 5, we are going to play the same riff, and we finish with a different type of double stop. So I'm still playing the minor pentatonic, but I have the note A sliding to B, and then I add the note D on the fret 3 here. And then the same double stops. Now for the next solo, we're gonna work more on dynamics, and I'm gonna show you this B.B.King-ish type of playing, which is beautiful. Now the example sounds like this: a blues in A and a B.B.King style. And when you analyze these type of solos, you realize that there is a lot of pause, there is a lot of silence between the statements. Nothing. Now we're playing a blues in A, so we're using the A major pentatonic and the A minor pentatonic. And one thing that I love about B.B. King is the fact that he can blend in these two scales within one box. So we have the A major, and then the A minor within the same position. Now we can blend in two scales, the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic. And so I'm bending this B all the way up to the C sharp, which is the major third of A, but I can also bend it to the C natural and kind of play the minor pentatonic. Now in the first section of the solo, I'm basically playing a lot of the major pentatonic idea. So I make sure that when I bend the note B on fret 12, I bend all the way to the fret 14, which is the major third. So and then I have still like the major. And then here I like to just play the minor third. Then the major. And then just the chromatic thing. So from the note E to E flat to the note D. So beautiful approach. Make sure that you try to play like this. Just make a statement and then play with the silence. Don't say absolutely anything and then just propose something else and then play another silence. So beautiful approach. I hope you enjoy it. Now the last blues, definitely jazzy. And I want to show you this approach. It's a little bit more complex because we're combining different scales and some chromatic passages as well. But let's check it out, guys. I love it. So let me play the example and then I'll tell you more about it. Now this blues is definitely more jazzy and I kind of play more over the chords. The progression is slightly different as we also have a turnaround. So A, D, and A. E minor, A and D. Diminished, A, F sharp. B minor, E7, and so obviously, if I have such a chord progression, I want to be able to play over the chords. And so take the first phrase as an example. So I'm literally playing over two chords, the A and the D. So the first one, I'm going from the note A, C natural, C sharp, E, F sharp, and E, and A again. kind of playing an A major scale. Then for the D, I'm playing the E, the F sharp, so the major third, then the note A, and B and A, and then I'm playing the note C natural, so the minor pentatonic, which works great on the chord 4. Then I go back to the... So I went back to the A, and as you can see, it's more like playing over the chords. Now when I go back to the D, back to the A, so I'm playing around with the same idea. Chromatism, so D, D flat, and C. Back to the A. Now I have the F sharp and the B minor, so I'm kind of playing over these two chords, and I'll play an F sharp major triad, and then for the B minor, beautiful chromatic phrase. Finish on the E, and then the last phrase, which is just bluesy on the top two strings, 12, 10, and 12 and 10 here. Definitely way more challenging playing over all these chords than just the very first blues. But guys, we have to experiment and learn a lot of different ways of, interpreting the blues. So hopefully you're gonna like it. You can get all the backing tracks and the tabs as well as the guitar profile. Make sure that you check my Patreon page, guys, so you can learn using all these additional things that will help you to play along with the blues. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, guys, and I'll see you next time for another lesson.